Hi everyone, I'm Patsy and I'm a part of the YouTube channel Fiat Diaries run by two of my other beautiful friends, Lucy and Jen. And I'm here to talk about topics of faith, maybe a Bible passage that has come to mind, or just our day-to-day lives, as we really felt like this was God's plan for us to start this channel. So today I actually want to talk to you about surrender and what surrender means, in particular trusting in the Lord when everything feels so hard. Maybe you are going through this right now with trusting in the Lord, or maybe you have been through it and really uncertain or unsure of how can you do this? How can you do this right with the Lord? And how can you trust in Him even more further in your faith and in your day-to-day lives? As I have definitely been there. So confused, trying to wait and pray, wondering, is God even listening to me? And trust has been a bit of a struggle for me, as I'm one that likes structure and a plan. I like having a plan. I like laying out my life, what I'm going to do after study, or maybe I might not study. I'll have an exact plan for my life, as that makes me feel safe and secure. But in a specific season of my life, I felt like God was actually asking me to pause and saying, Patsy, will you trust me even if you can't see the path? And I was like, wow, I was not expecting that, Lord. Am I going to trust in Him? And I did. It was really uncomfortable at first. I doubted, I got frustrated at the Lord, and I was confused. Yet slowly but surely, I began to see that maybe God wasn't ignoring me. He was inviting me to trust in Him one step at a time, not with my whole life laid out, not with a map or a journey, knowing what I'm going to do, but with my heart. I knew that then I could turn this into an adventure, excited about my future. What am I going to do? What am I going to do in my life? What has God got for me? As my plan for my life must be so beautiful. As God gave this plan for me, God is giving me this beautiful, perfect plan just for me. And the Lord really taught me that to stay in the present moment. The present moment is key, as that's where Jesus is. That's where you can be with Him. Don't focus on the past or the future, as that's where the enemy will try and drag you away from the Lord, trying to fill your mind with uncertainties and fill your mind with seeds of doubt and worry and fear and anxiety. And the Lord is saying, no, stay in the present moment, stay with me. There was a moment actually in my life where I felt just off and unbalanced. I was praying for a certain area in my life. I was waiting and hoping that He will answer. And I thought I knew what God was doing in my life. I just finished something important. I was just doing a full year of mission. And I thought, okay, cool, Lord, that's done. What's next? And there was just silence, nothing. I prayed, I journaled, I asked God for signs. I looked for every open door, but I felt like nothing was clear. All the doors just began slammed shut. Just fog. The kind of fog where even one step ahead felt so risky. All that I wanted, what I thought He promised me, I felt was gone. And I remember sitting in my bedroom one night and just thought, God, I said yes. Why does this feel like a no? And this was hard for me. As I said before, I like structure as that makes me feel safe. I like knowing what my plan is. But in that moment, I felt like I just didn't know what to feel. And then God said to me, are you going to trust me, even if you can't see the path or see the structure? And what I learned slowly and painfully is that trust doesn't mean control. It means surrender. This reminds me actually of two Bible verses. Psalm 119, 105. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. It doesn't say spotlight or any light. It says lamp. And I think that's quite significant in our faith journey, as it's just enough light for the next step. Not 2 steps, not 5 steps, not the whole journey. Just one step. And that's what trusting God really is about. Not having all the answers in your hand, as that would be amazing, but holding on to the one who does know everything, which is Jesus Christ. Not seeing the whole way, but walking with the one who is the way. Another is Proverbs 3, 5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. Notice how it doesn't say you'll always understand. It says don't lean on it. When we try to make sense of everything, all the delays, all the pain, the struggles, the worry, the silence, we're leaning on something shaky. We're not actually trusting in him. We're trusting in our own perspective of things. But God is the one that sees the full picture in our life. He's writing a story bigger than we can ever imagine. He knows everything. And faith isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing him. Are we going to trust in him? And trust is hard. Trust is hard, as I know it's not easy, as I've been through it. But the Lord is saying that he is there. He's going to make a way. He's going to make your path straight. Just call on him. Ask him. As he said multiple times, even in the Bible, knock and it shall be given to you. Ask. Knock and it shall be received. Ask him. Ask the Lord for everything. As when you meet him there, when you meet him halfway, he's going to meet you in that same path. He's not going to forsake you. When you take that step, he's going to meet you right in the middle. He's not going to forsake you because you are his beloved son and daughter. You're his beloved child. He's not going to leave you. To trust in him, to give him everything, surrender everything, holding out your hands and saying, Lord, I trust you. Please help me. So what does trust, though, actually look like? Sometimes it's like you just want to run away, or sometimes it's showing up in prayer even when you just feel like not praying or you feel nothing. Sometimes it's actually just saying, Jesus, look, I don't get this, but I trust that you do. It's kind of like Mary at the Annunciation. She didn't understand anything at all, but she said, fiat. She wasn't certain of what's going to happen, but she said, fiat, let it be done unto me. I'm the handmaiden of the Lord. She surrendered her whole life. She surrendered and trusted in the Lord that he was going to make her plan so beautiful, so perfect, as the angel of the Lord came to Mother Mary and said that everything will work out. And Mary said, if this is the will of the Lord, I will obey him. And that's the kind of trust that we're all called to. Not blind, but brave. Not fake, but faithful. Saying yes to God. Saying yes in the hardship. Saying yes in the trials. Are we going to say yes? Even if you're in the foggy space right now, you're not alone and you're not forgotten. And there's 4 steps that a priest actually taught me. The first one is be honest with God. You don't need fancy words. Just speak to him as you would with a friend. Just be like, Lord, I feel lost, but I want to trust you. Can you help me? Very simple. The second one is to take the next faithful step. So what I mean by this is not the perfect one, not the whole plan, just the next faithful one? Are we going to take that leap of faith and that trust in the Lord? The third is to remember our past faithfulness. So even writing in a journal. I never really liked journaling, but my friend actually got me into journaling, and now it's my best friend. So when you're struggling or when you're not sure what to do, you can write about it. You can be like, "Dear Lord, I feel this today," or "Oh, Lord, I am struggling with this. Lord, I'm feeling peaceful in this, but I'm not too sure. Where are you?" And once you're finished in this season, you've overcome that, and you're in a new fruitful season with the Lord, you can look back onto your journals and be like, "Oh, wow. If he was faithful actually then," and you can really see how the Lord still was with you then, he will be faithful right now. So you can look back being like, okay, there was a struggle then, but I got through it with the Lord. I know that I can get through this struggle just as I did last time. And the last one is to let go of the need to control. Now, this one is really hard, as I feel like it's quite hard, especially for me, as I feel like it's really hard as you want to know everything, you want to have that control of your life. But trust grows when we actually release everything and surrender everything to Jesus and lean onto him. Are we going to lean onto his own understanding, onto his hope, and are we going to trust in him more? We need to have that trust and that faith. We need to let go and let God. Let go and let God. Let God do everything. Even asking yourself questions, well, what areas of my life am I struggling in to trust in God? Am I holding on to control? Or am I going to let him lead? Have I confused silence with absence? Am I going to actually fully surrender to Jesus? And if you want to trust in God, but you feel scared, that's okay. Start small, start little, start real, start today. Just say, "Jesus, help me trust you more than I trust my plans." And another really practical thing that's helped me is speak to him. Speak to God about everything, all your answered prayers, a kind word, a moment of peace, a door that opened, a door that slammed shut in your face. Because when the storm hits again, you'll have the proof that the Lord is with you, that you can still call on him, you can still talk to him. And you can know that it's not how strong you are, but how faithful he is. And honestly, I'm living that trust again right now in this very moment, as I'm actually getting ready to go on a mission trip. I'm going to Zambia with my sister Florence and Lucy, my friend. And it's really exciting and beautiful. Going to go on mission. We're going to go to an orphanage. We're going to be going to schools. We're going to give talks. We're going to go to hospitals and help out and really just do this for the Lord. But we don't have all the details sorted, and I know that I don't have the structure of what really is going to happen. But I feel in my heart this quiet nudge from the Lord saying, "Will you go? Are you going to trust in me with the next step?" And even though it's hard, I'm saying yes, not because I feel fully ready, but because I trust that God is already there. He's preparing the way. He's making it so beautiful. And I'm definitely going to be sharing more of this as the story unfolds. After my journey, I will also upload explaining about how fruitful, how beautiful it was. Because this is surrender. Surrendering God to know that whatever happens, the Lord has got it under control. You can just surrender it. He's got it in the palm of his hands, as he has us. Even when the path feels foggy, even when everything you're uncertain, he is there. So here's my last insight and prayer for you today, is that would you trust God, not because you understand, but because you know he is good. That you would say, fiat Fiat, amen, fiat, even in the waiting, even in the silence, even in the hardships. Let's lift each other up in prayer. Let's keep building a safe space for real hearts and a real faith. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you have a blessed day. God bless.